Weapon calibration complete.
Welcome to Basic Training Pilot. In this lesson, we will focus on the basics of steering and throttle control. In Robot Ultrarena, you will steer your mech left and right using the A and D keys on your keyboard. Try turning to face the marker on your right with D. Nicely done. Now turn to face the new marker to your left with A. Now that you have steering down, it's time to learn about throttle control. The throttle controls set the speed that you want your mech to travel at, and is controlled using the number keys 1 through 5. Each key sets the fraction of maximum speed that you want to travel at. 1 is a complete stop. 2 will set the throttle to 25% of top speed, 3 to 50%, and so on. Try setting your throttle to 25% with 2 and walking to the marker. Well done! All the throttle controls are now unlocked. Try navigating the next series of markers as quickly as you can. Like any vehicle, the mech will steer more sluggishly when traveling at high speeds. If you're having trouble steering, try slowing down or stopping to make the mech easier to turn. If you lose track of your destination, look for its location marker on your minimap in the top left of your HUD. Well done, pilot. You should have a feel for the throttle keys now. The number keys are convenient, but sometimes you need finer control of the throttle. By using the W and S keys, you can fine-tune the throttle setting up and down for exact speed control. It's a bit slower, but more precise. The S key will also allow you to set reverse throttle, allowing you to walk backwards at a slow rate. Now walk towards the entrance to the slalom course, indicated by the marker. Let's test your throttle control skills with the slalom course. Try navigating the slalom course as quickly as you can, using the throttle to avoid hitting the obstacles. Another important piloting trick to learn is sprinting. By holding down the Shift key, you can exceed the maximum throttle speed limit. Sprinting is useful for clearing distance quickly, but your mech will become difficult to handle. Sprinting also generates heat, which we cover in more detail in the weapons training program. Try sprinting to the marker ahead of you by holding Shift. Release it to drop back down to maximum throttle. Nicely done! This almost concludes basic pilot training. One more thing to learn. Your mech is equipped with jump jets to increase your maneuverability. You can trigger your jump jets by pressing the space button. You can guide the direction of the jump by holding down any of the WASD keys before jumping. You are now free to practice piloting freely in this simulation. You may exit whenever you like by using the pause menu, escape key.
MHDF bearings primed.
Welcome to Weapons Training, Pilot. In this lesson, we will focus on the basics of aiming and firing your weapons. Aiming is performed with the mouse, which is used to move your targeting reticule around the screen. Your weapons will automatically pivot to face your target location. The weapons on your left and right arms are triggered separately, using the left and right mouse buttons respectively. Try destroying these targets with your left arm weapons with the left mouse button. Good job. Now try with your right arm weapons with the right mouse button. You'll have noticed that as you fire, several indicators on your HUD react. The circular gauge on the right is the heat gauge. As you fire, heat will accumulate. When the gauge fills, your weapons will be shut down temporarily until your mech cools down completely. Individual weapons also have their own heat gauge. Few weapons will overheat with sustained fire, but if so, they will shut down individually if they reach this point. Some weapons draw their power from a global energy pool generated by your mech. This pool constantly recharges and is indicated by the circular gauge on the left. Weapons requiring more energy than is stored by the mech simply will not fire. Energy will not recharge if your mech is overheating, so take this into account. You will also note the numbers on each weapon panel at the bottom of the screen. This indicates the number of shots that remain for that weapon. Weapons with depleted ammunition will no longer fire. However, it is possible to replenish your ammo by collecting mechanipacks dropped by destroyed mechs. Certain powerful weapons require both energy and ammunition to fire. They are subject to both ammo and energy restrictions, so take care. By default, each arm will fire both weapons at once. It is possible to toggle between them by using the Q and E keys respectively. Try this now.
Group fire disabled. Left arm. Group fire disabled. Right arm.
You can also restore group fire for either arm by holding down the Q and E keys for a short period. Reactivate group fire for both arms and attempt to destroy as many targets as you can.
Group fire enabled. Left arm. Group fire enabled. Right arm. Disabling second resistance. Re-enabling second resistance. Energy level critical. Group fire disabled. Left arm. Group fire disabled. Right arm. Energy level critical. Energy level critical.
Oh dear. It seems your weapons weren't able to rotate far enough to hit some of the targets. You are able to twist your mech's torso in order to better target objects outside of your weapon's gimbal range. To twist your torso, hold down the control key and move your targeting reticle left or right of the screen center. The further the reticle from the center, the faster you will twist. You can twist your torso up to 90 degrees in either direction. Releasing control will lock your torso at its new rotation. You can reset your torso orientation easily by pressing the X key. This will automatically twist your torso back to center. Try it now. Excellent. Now try again to destroy all the targets, this time torso twisting to get them all.
Ammunition exhausted. Coil gun.
You are also able to rotate your feet to match your current torso direction using the Z key. Try twisting your torso to the markers, then recentering your legs to match. Excellent work, pilot. You are now free to practice as you please. Use the pause menu with escape to exit when you are ready to leave.
Ammunition exhausted. Coil gun. Group fire enabled. Right arm. Heat level. Disabling second resistance.